Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Oyoyo Media. Thank you guys for joining me today. Happy Sunday to you all. Welcome to another conversation. Come on in, let's discuss. Who? And this is the month of February, right? The month of love, the month of affection, the month of, you know, and enjoying time with loved ones, family, friendship, whatever. And this is also, most importantly, Black History Month in the US. So this is the month to remember, the history, the Black history, to remember who we are, to get to know who we are as a people. I mean, the Black people. Yeah. So welcome to today's live stream. As I welcome you, please do me well by inviting your friends, like the live stream if you come in, and also contribute in the comment section when the links are, down. If you want to jump into the link, please do. Um, let me make sure I can hear myself because I'm just talking, not knowing if I'm audible enough. Okay, let me make sure the sound is checked. And if you can hear me clearly, okay, yeah, I can hear myself very okay. So welcome to my live stream. As you come in, like the live stream, share the video, and also invite your friends. We are talking about month of February, month of love, but we are talking about the opposite of love today in this live stream. Is a breaking news of what happened yesterday, few days ago in Atlanta, USA, about a Nigerian American, a medical doctor in Atlanta that ended it all because of divorce and custody. If you notice, I wrote in my title, The Nigerian Man Ends It All Because of Divorce, and I now wrote again, The Cost of Divorce in America. Come on in. I need to hear your opinion. I need to hear what you have to say. Join the conversation and let's discuss this topic. And our hearts and prayers goes to the family of this young doctor that ended it all. Because right now I know his parents are actually mourning, his siblings and his friends. Because in as much as we are going to discuss this issue, I'm here to say, categorically speaking, ending it all is not the right thing to do. It's not the right way to go. Taking your own self out of this world is not the right thing to do. This is one too many. It happens all the time in America. Nigerian men always divorce battle. The next thing, push bash. The next thing, basbos. The next thing, in prison. Those that couldn't end it all, they are being taken to life imprisonment and all of that. I'm here saying that the whole essence of this is for us to advocate for the right thing. It's not the right thing to do. Taking your life, ending it all, suicide, whatever you think it is not the right thing to do. There are different ways to work, situations out, and then everybody will find their footing and move on with their lives. Thank you, that mommy of five. Thank you for joining me today. How are you doing? So, I have talked about similar situation like this in the past here on Oyoyo's Media. I've discussed about that, especially with our Nigerian men in America. Why am I talking about our Nigerian men? I live in the US. And to be honest with you, every Nigerian living in America is either you have a friend or a friend's husband that did that, or somebody you know that done that. So it's not something that is strange. It's not a news that people, oh my goodness, we haven't heard of. No, it's common right now as we speak. The one that happened in our state here many years ago, the guy is still in prison. The children were taken away. And the point is, no matter how bad you hate your ex, no matter how bad, violence is not the way. Is never the way. Yeah, you might be saying because of this, I'll be coughing out 15,000 for a woman that never wished me well. 15,000 is only the living, right? That will talk about it. If you were in the olden days of Igbo and of Nigeria, and I believe it's still happening in Igbo land, and let's assume this thing happened in Nigeria, this guy will not be buried in his community. They usually, throw those people into the deep forest. But it happened in America. He'll be buried here by the community of the Igbo community in Atlanta. If his families are here, they will all be together. If his families are still back in Nigeria, imagine the kind of mourning they are going through right now. Sometimes people think when they talk about somebody ending it all, is they are ending it all because they're in the right frame of mind. No, it's never because they're in the right frame of mind. For you to start thinking about that, soliciting for that option, thinking, researching, looking for, it means that the mind is so messed up. And that's where mental health comes in. Mental health. As you're going through divorce period is actually a very trying period. We also how Cora Obidi and her ex-husband, how their own played out on social media. They got 50-50 so that nobody's paying child support. What Cora paid was spousal support, a one-off $50,000. So let me tell you guys, $15,000 a month is not chicken change. And if that relationship has been a turmoil, if that relationship has been one that never gave you peace of mind, you will not be coughing out that money with ease. So the thing is, we should not encourage the option of ending it all. When I read through that the post on social media and the comment section is so divided. Some people were, yeah, at least he ended it all. The woman is not going to benefit anything. I was like, whosoever that wrote this, have you put yourself in this young man's shoes, or maybe in his siblings' shoes or his parents' shoes? The person that ended it all doesn't know any pain anymore. But the people he left behind are the ones that are going through this pain. Let's assume his mother is in his 60s or 70s, and he has a high blood pressure. Let's assume his father is in his 70s with high blood pressure. What do you think the state of those people's health will be right now? Ending it all is not the right thing to do. I've discussed in the past here about a man who, because of what the kind of child support he was to start paying to his ex, now refused to work. I'm talking about a high profile professional. Now started doing what? Menial jobs, earning $17 an hour. Somebody who's supposed to be at $80 an hour, 90 or 100, coming to pick up menial jobs so that he will not pay that high child support. And the thing is, when you look at it, some people say, yeah, they're not going to use the money for their children. Think about it in a different way. I'm doing this for my children. It's for the betterment of my children. After doing this and your children are not well taken care of, then you can go to court and renegotiate. If you now want to get a full custody, then you can pursue that. But no, the first thing the devil will put in your mind, that evil woman, how could you just let her win that $15,000, $20,000? But you're not thinking about there are kids that money is going to be used on. So however you look at it, it's never right to end it all. You're bringing a lot of pain to the people, the person, left behind. So much pain, especially the family. Friends will cry and then move on, but the mother will groan forever. Likewise, the siblings, likewise, the father. So think about it. If you're contemplating ending it all, if you're there thinking life is worse off for you, I would tell you right now, there are millions of people you're better than. If you still have roof over your head, you have food on your table, you are better than millions of people. If you're just having, let's say you have a headache or have body ache, there are those that their legs have been hanging upside down in the hospital for 6 months. So don't think your case is the worst. Your case is never the worst. There is nothing on earth that you're going through now that people haven't gone through in the past. You're not the the only person going through that. All right, mommy, that mommy of I said, here, okay, she said, I know of a man here in the UK doing just that. You see, some people will degrade themselves so that their exes will not be able to benefit from reasonable child support. But the thing is, as you're degrading yourself, you're also reducing your own quality of life. Because if you were used to earning $100 per hour and then downgraded to start earning $17 an hour, your quality of life will change. The place where you live is going to change. Then the kind of food you eat will change. Everything around you will change. So do not live this your life on what another person, it's like depending on, because of somebody else, you're doing this. Live this life because you want to be happy. And that brings me to this marriage. For better, for worse, till death do you part. I love you, honey, sugar, tea, and all of that. At what point will you say that love switches from love to hate? At what point? This case we are talking about today is not the case of I brought you here, because that's the familiar phrase for every Nigerian American woman. I brought you here. We know that phrase very well. When the husbands will go to Nigeria and then marry nurses and bring them here and then put them through school. When the woman start earning money, they want to dictate how the money is spent. After all, they brought you here. That is a very familiar word. But in the case of this guy, he came here as a medical doctor. He specialized as a cardiologist. And then I guess met somebody in the US here, because the father of the girl is now talking. Met somebody in the US, they fell in love. Their invitation card, wedding was in 2020 during the COVID and all of that. It was really all over the place right now on social media. So I need us to have an understanding of this story so we can better understand it, okay? A lot of people are already talking about it. A lot of people are making story about it. It's very is now on Facebook, everybody talking about it, and the father of the girl in question is also talking. So let me read as posted by Linda Ikeji. Linda Ikeji said a 36-year-old US-based Nigerian cardiologist, Ikenna Erinne, has reportedly, I don't want to use Linda's words because of YouTube and Facebook, reportedly ended it all after losing a child support case to his ex-wife. The Anambra State-born doctor allegedly ended it all on Sunday, January 26th. It was Sunday, January 26th. Let me check my calendar, guys. 26th, was that Sunday? Yeah, a week ago. Okay. And following a prolonged divorce battle with his estranged wife, including the custody of the children, it was gathered that Erinne used the push, to end it all after the US court ruled in favor of his ex-wife and ordered him to pay a monthly child support of $15,000. To be honest with you, if you ask the mother of this doctor what she thinks right now about that 15,000, she will say it's nothing. Son, please pay it to be alive. That is the truth. And then a Nigerian actor, Clayton Udo, who claimed to be an expert in psychological and mental abuse, confirmed the incident in his post on Facebook. And according to him, the court verdict took a severe financial toll on the doctor. He further explained that the lead doctor lost his license as a cardiologist to this case. What does that mean? If you're going through a divorce, a lot of things happen. When I mean the cost of divorce in America is very high, and I'll be pointing out, the one every one of us on social media saw played out. When Korobidi and her husband were battling divorce, he lost his license. He lost his business. Okay, him losing his license was because he refused to. He did not go to do the mandatory exam. That was how he lost his license. Okay, I'm talking about Mr. Korobidi. But he said he lost his business. Why? Because of bad reviews on his business. And probably if his clients saw what was playing out on social media, they will say, I don't want this person to touch me. He doesn't seem to be coordinated. He's fighting the mother of, there are so many things that could play out. And for Ikenna, we don't know the reason why he lost his license. But the point, it could also be that this divorce, especially now that we are hearing that the divorce was very prolonged, it could be that it started affecting him mentally. If he gets to the office, he will be making mistakes. In America, a doctor, negligence is huge. Medical malpractice is big. It's not this one they will do in Nigeria. Some doctors in Nigeria will forget scissors in the stomach of somebody they did operation on, and the person will come back and will not sue them to court. It's not like that in America. So if you're working and your work is filled with negligence, definitely you're going to lose your license by the time you go through reviews and then they will audit your performance and all of that. If they see that you're beginning to make a lot of mistakes, you're not coordinated, you're not working with your team, you're lashing out on people, there are so many things they're going to review. And if they suggest to you to go for anger management or see a psychologist and you're not doing or following the instruction, they can revoke your license and ask you until you fulfill all these obligations before you get, and then sit for another board exam and then qualify to get another license issued to you. I know of somebody in America, a medical doctor. He works as what, will I say, a housekeeper in a nursing home. Why would a medical doctor, practicing medical doctor in America, now went to start working as a housekeeper? This person has to leave the city where she was practicing and go to where people will not recognize her, and took a job of a CNA, which is certified nursing assistant. That's the lowest level of nursing. Why was that? She lost her medical license. Why was that? Mental illness, not being together, making mistakes, lashing out. This person came to see a patient, and then on seeing the patient, he started screaming, as if he was seeing demons. This kind of thing we say spiritual problem in Nigeria. Those were the things that happened to that doctor. Of course, they have to take this license off from such a person because you're not fit to practice. You're not fit to see patient. So there are so many things that could have warranted to this guy losing his license. And what does it mean when you lose your license? It means that you don't have like money coming in. Even after losing the license, he doesn't have income again. So he cannot even afford to pay the $15,000, right? There are so many ways he could have looked at this and then thought about it through. And then his lawyers, what were they advising? We are going to win the case. We are going to put it this way. And divorce case is not cheap. If you think it's cheap, hello, ask Justin Dean. If you think it's cheap, ask Cora Obidi. Justin Dean came out to tell us last year that he did what he spent over $150,000 on his divorce case, at the point that he doesn't have money anymore to pay lawyers he's filing by himself. The same thing, Cora. As Justin was spending on his part, Cora spending on. That is the cost of divorce in America. It's very expensive. Very expensive. But for this guy, we might come out on social media, analyze all we can. The fact still remains that this guy is not waking up anymore. He's not coming back anymore. His zone is ended, is over, leaving pain for his family behind. You didn't want to pay the $15,000 because you feel that money is going to benefit your ex. But how about every property you owe, everything you've acquired, will be disposed of and the money be given to your children. Or if your wife also so signatory to all of those, it goes to her. So think about it. There is never a win in the case of somebody ending it all. For those writing in the comment section, at least now the woman is not going to benefit anything. The woman is going to get everything. Because for some couple, they buy properties together. Their both names are in the property. And everything ends to death, ends it all. Death. Just like they say, until death do us part in marriage. Likewise, when you own something with your partner, with your spouse, with your, death is what ends it. And the living spouse, living partner takes everything. So think about it. If you're worried because of what the woman will benefit from the divorce, that shouldn't be the case. It's better the children have their both parents alive to raise them than the children having the father, our father ended it all. And I don't know the age of this man's children. They said they have two. So maybe they'll be 4 and 2. Or if they had children before they now did marriage, they might be 7 and 3. Things like that. Think about it. Think about it. Ending it all is never the way. So I'm here to advocate. If you're thinking your life is worse than any other person, think again. Your life is a million times better than others. If a marriage is not working, I've always come here to advocate for divorce. I'm not missing word about it. If it's not working, find a way to part in peace. So that when you are alive tomorrow, you can still witness your kids growing up. You can still move on with your own life. Find love again. Marry somebody that it will work out for you. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. But when it's not working, don't end your life because of it. The day you were born, the day you were brought to this world, you came alone. Even twins, they come individually. The conjugal twins, one person will bring the head first. So it's always one person first, the other second. You came alone. Don't leave this earth because of somebody. Or what somebody put you to, or what somebody subjected you to. The story of this guy is something that it could have been averted. And I don't even want to, play the scenario card here because I love playing the scenario card. Let's assume some of his friends were telling him, no, dude, you're not going to pay that $15,000. It's too expensive. We are going to fight this case. Let's assume the parents were, so after training you in medical school, you're now coming be paying a woman that was useless to you $15,000. Let's assume, let's play that scenario card. What do you think will be running through these people's mind right now? It's better he's here with us. We are sorry. Maybe we misled this person. If you have a friend that is going through, especially living in diaspora is so lonely. For those watching me from Nigeria, sincerely speaking, and let me speak with America. America is very lonely. It's very lonely. Can I play it out for you? Work, grocery, church, school, work, groceries, church, school, or maybe social events. That's all. In a year, you might have maybe 5 visitors in your house. If they're up to 5, in a whole year, we gather together as per friends and families, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, Easter, and 4th of July. 5 times in a year. And if you live in a very cold state, like I do, maybe that cold period of 6 months, nobody's coming to your house. So it's very lonely. It's not like back home in Nigeria. You just go to your friend's house and stay there, pass the night, wake up the next day. It's not like that. It's very lonely. It's to one his own. And your neighbors, they don't know what is happening in your home. Likewise, you don't know what is happening in their homes. The last time I saw my neighbor was in October. This is January. And how do we see? Maybe you're driving out and they're driving out or coming in. That's the only time you see each other. So it's very lonely. All you got in America is your family, your husband, your wife, your children. And whereby that family is no longer together, it becomes worse for some people. For this guy that lost his license because of prolonged divorce and then ended it with his own life, think about the kind of mental state he must have been before he pulled his family together with GUN, threatening to end it all for all of them. They say he held them captive for 3 whole hours. What do you think was going on in his mind? I've shared here in 2021, 2023, no, 2022, 2023, about a man in Houston. He went into the home. What was the case? He brought a woman here, went to nursing school, became a nurse, making money. Issue started. The man was kicked out of his home. The woman took possession of the home because she's the carer of the case and all of that. So the man came back to the house and then ended it for the wife. After ending it for the wife, a man called 911. The 911 operator was with this guy on the phone, trying to, keep him on the phone to encourage him not to do what he was planning of doing. He told the 911 operator there, yes, I ended it for my wife, that let her come again and tell me and ask me out of my house. All manner of things. It comes with the mental state of the mind. The moment they were like, okay, we are sending help around, we are sending help towards you. Please throw the GUN away. Don't do this. Don't do this. The moment the guy had the 911 people that were coming, the moment they were getting close, they even took off their siren. The moment they pulled in, their sirens were off, not to trigger this man. The moment he started hearing footsteps, he took his own. So now his children are motherless, fatherless. They are orphans. They now have to be taken care of by family members, or better still, foster homes. Remember, the American citizen, they are kids. So if this woman or the man has no relative in America to take care of those children, they end up in foster homes. So think about it. This situation happens all the time. And for people usually say suicide is for the cowards. It's easier said that way. Those that don't want to bear pain, they just want to end it all and come out of the pain. Mommy of Five said, I have heard that phrase for 16 years. Honestly, Mommy of Five. That Mommy of Five for 16 years. That's what the phrase we all are familiar with. If you live in diaspora, I brought you here. They don't even know the damage that pain does to the person. I brought you here. I brought you here for that reason. I took you to school. I paid your tuition. When the woman was going to school to better herself, what were you doing? You were waiting for your ATM machine to come and start vomiting dollars. Anyway, so this guy's case is very sad. It's a very sad case, to be honest. A very sad case. Very, very sad case. The writer of this story said that it was revealed that the late doctor spent thousands of dollars in legal fees before the court, before the court verdict turned in favor of his ex-wife. He ended it for himself. He spent thousands of dollars in legal fees, wasted money. I'm talking about a process that impoverish you. You go to court, they take all your money. This guy is talking from a point of a man feeling pain that you go to court to get a divorce, and at the end of the day, you are coming out with $0 or whatever, because the legal fees is very expensive and all of that. Another thing I will say here, most of these are Nigerian people that are going through these things. They will first of all go to Oyibo lawyers, right? And Oyibo lawyers will charge them those fees. When they now see that they cannot be able to continue to afford to pay, they start looking for their Nigerian lawyers. We have a lot of Nigerian lawyers in the US. A lot of them. So the thing I'm trying to say here, if you're contemplating, if your life is staring at you as if you're feeling you are forgotten, you are beaten down, you can't pick yourself up together, remember that ending it all is not a solution. It has never been and it will never be. Remember, you have people that love you, your parents, your siblings. Remember, there is reason for you to live, and that reason is because you did not create yourself. Your maker did not put that option for you to go. Your maker did not say end it. If there is any spirit ministering to your head, it's not coming from God. If you cannot create a strand of a human hair, human being, I'm not talking about fake weave-ons all over the place. If you cannot create a human hair strand, one piece of a human hair, you are not worthy of taking your own. You can't end it all. Seek for solution when you still have the opportunity. This guy left his parents, heartbroken, his siblings, I think he has about 3 siblings, heartbroken because of what? The $15,000. Look at what some of the comment people left. The person that left this comment, I know this person is on YouTube. I said, this is heartbreaking. He should have just left the country. America is not heaven or the only place to practice. Parents need to start talking to their sons to toughen up and find other ways instead of giving up in life. Hope she can eat the remains now. Greedy, wicked woman. The point is this: we don't know what transpired in their marriage. So I cannot come out here and say it was the woman's fault or the man's fault. That part of the story, we don't know. If in the future we're even going to hear anything about it, it's going to be from the father of the wife. Yeah, the ex-wife's father, because he's a social media person, he likes to talk. That's the only place. And the story is going to be in favor of his child. We are not going to hear about Dr. Ikenna's story. We are not going to hear about that. So a lot of people are saying, this other person said, this story does not look true. It is true. The story stylishly avoided mentioning the name of the said wife. Of course, they will mention the name. He did this. How did the case make him lose his license? Of course, if he's not coordinating anymore in his practice, making mistakes in your practice as a medical doctor in the US, you lose your license. Negligence is a big deal. As a healthcare compliant professional, I will tell you it's a big deal. Okay. And then this person is just talking. He didn't know what he was talking about. So let's keep that. So another person said 15,000 monthly child support is outrageous. Still lost his license as a cardiologist in the process. Where do they expect him to get the money from? Now he's gone. Make an arrest. It is a pity he had to go this way. It is a pity he has to go this way. It is a pity. People are going and saying, make she go collect the cups and all of that. You don't know what happened in this marriage. We are always very quick to judge. We don't know what happened. We don't know if it was his fault. We don't know if it was the ex-wife's fault. We don't know that part. So let the issue of judging end. Rather, let's advocate for what? Peaceful resolution. Let's advocate for what? People should not end it all because of hard time or tough situations. No. There is this song I love when I was in college. I used to blast the song when I was in the university. When I mean blasting, oh my goodness, you must know that Oyoyo is playing music. When the when the going get tough, the tough gets going. I think it's rich and somebody, I can't remember who sang that song, but it's a very old song. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. You don't stop because the situation is bad. You don't. And there is this thing my husband says. He said, I fear no fear. I was born in pain and suffering. So he fears no fear. But being born in Nigeria is enough for you not to fear any fear. If you read about the history of civil war in Nigeria, you understand you fear no fear. If my husband would tell you as a little kids what they saw, how they saw human beings, they were picking bones of human beings during Civil War. That's when he said he fears no fear. He was born in pain and suffering. So the thing is, when the going gets tough, please don't think the solution is ending it all. Advocate not to encourage that. Don't end it all. Ending it all is never the solution. Rather, you're bringing pain and everlasting suffering to your family. You're bringing so much pain. You're making your family go through trauma because it's not the pain that you wish away. It's something that they will live with until the end of their own time. Think about it. Hmm? So please, for those thinking, let the wife go and eat the body, let the wife do this, you don't know what happened in that relationship. So let's stop judging. Let us sympathize with the family and let us encourage others for a peaceful resolution of what? Sorry, guys. All right. People went on the comment section to start calculating the money in Naira. And somebody said $15,000 times 12, which is 12 months, is $180,000. How did he get to $180,000? Is that what he gives? Let me do my own math, please. 15,000. Give me 1 second. Let's times 12 is $180,000 a year. That's so much money. But the thing is, the doctor must have been making reasonable money for them to arrive at 15,000. There was a case I discussed here in my live stream towards the end of last year about a bachelorette. Her name is Rachel. Yeah, Rachel was to pay her husband, was it $10,000? They don't have kids together. But that's what the court signed, that she has to pay her husband. Husband, not because of child support. So the thing is, when you're coming to America as a young man, when you come to a place like America, you have to study the culture of the people. You have to learn survival skills of this country. This issue of divorce not working and then you're thinking of ending it all or ending the life of your partner is not the right way to go. When Kim Kardashian filed for a divorce, do you know how much Kanye West was to pay? And I believe he's paying that. Try to figure out the culture of the people. Somebody was making analysis today, which I can agree with. The person said, if you notice that your how will I put it, that love of your life is the kind that will quickly run out of a marriage, sign a prenup. Sign a prenup. Few days ago I talked about somebody that went through divorce without reading the conditions in the prenup. It was 2 days after he signed it that he read the condition and realized that he shot himself on the leg with the clauses on the prenup, that the woman can actually pack her things and leave and move out and live at a separate place, and you cannot question that. So people are suggesting, instead of you ending it all, if you feel that, yeah, this woman is coming after your money, that you should sign a prenup and all of that. But the question I'm going to ask is this. The question I'm going to ask, if you're already suspicious of that partner, why get into that relationship? Why go through it? If you're suspicious that this person is coming after my money, why go through it? Hey, young, famous, and African T, thank you for joining us today. How are you doing? And how is my princess? Halle Berry is paying child support to the ex-husband. Exactly. Halle Berry is even better. Child support. Okay, it's not for Child support to the husband. This other lady, Rachel, is paying spousal support of $10,000, not child support, spousal support. They don't have any child together, but she makes more money. And the guy has proved that he lost income. So when you come to a country, study the culture of the country, find out how to survive, survival skills. Because if you equip yourself with all of this, you'll be able to like handle things better when they hit you. We are not praying for anything bad to happen to anybody. However, if you find yourself in a situation like this, then you'll be able to know how to handle it. For example, you're coming to marry an American citizen. The girl, I believe, is an American citizen. Was that how he got his citizenship? We don't know. For those calling the girl name, like, come and eat his flesh and all of that, you don't even know if this lady also impacted in the life of this guy. That's why I said no name calling, no judgment here. Let's advocate that people should stop thinking about ending it all as an option to problems, because that problem is still there. Is even worse off now for his mother, for his father, his siblings. For the rest of their lives, they are going to remember that their dear son, their cardiologist doctor, took his own. They are going to live with it. It's going to be everyday nightmare. Is that what you wish for your mother? Is that what you wish for your father? Is that what you wish for your siblings? Nobody would ever wish such for your family. People call those that end it out as cowards, right? Because they don't want to feel the pain. But I'm telling you, it has to do with mental state. If your mental state is completely shattered, please and please figure out what will work for you. Don't think the easy way out. Yeah, you're no longer going through that pain. How about if you ever loved your parents, your siblings, your children? Now, from what the father of this doctor's wife said, uh, the guy is a very famous name. I'm gonna get very famous person on social media. He was the guy that at 70 he was looking for how many brides and all of that. He has made his story on social media. Shamelessly, he doesn't care. So he now said the tone of his comment is kind of baffled me. Why would somebody, talk like that? Why would this man talk like that? So he said, his name is Francis Van Larry. Francis said, the Amanda Chisholm, the lady, has shared it on Facebook. Why there was a custody battle, my daughter, that's the daughter, the ex-wife of this doctor is Francis' daughter, from what Francis wrote here. Francis now said, my daughter is involved in an I don't know, okay, I don't know why there was a custody battle. My daughter is involved, and I only became aware last Monday morning. That means you were not really in the lives of your children, because if your daughter is going through a prolonged divorce custody battle and you don't know about it until this last Monday morning, that means you're a faraway father, okay? And that's Francis I'm talking to in this respect. He now said, I just became aware of it Monday morning at 3 a.m. Nigerian time, that the disease held her and the children at GUN Point for 3 hours after losing a custody battle. The nanny managed to escape and called the police, and on arrival of the police, the guy ended it all for himself. I guess the Francis is now writing that the guys must have calculated what is the option next. Is going to be 25 years imprisonment, or I might as well end it all, because he is not coming out of this. You see the consequences of that action. Before you carry a GUN and hold people, custody, and for that length of time, there are consequences for every action. It's not in Nigeria where you go and sort the police and all of that. They will say, okay, Oga, the matter has been withdrawn. We saw a young lady that came out on social media and cried for what the husband did to her, an abusive husband. She came and cried, asking for help. The moment social media came to intervene, this lady made another video telling everybody to mind their damn business, that she regretted coming out on social media. So it's not a Nigeria situation. If you bring out your GUN and then threaten the life of your children, young kids, and then your wife for that length of 3 hours, there are consequences for every action. Let us all always put that at the back of our minds. So Francis was saying that the guy ended it up because he must have thought about spending 25 years, minimum of 25 years in prison. Then he said, you know what, I might as well end it. Then the thing is, what triggered this guy to carry this push and hold his children and the wife, for ransom? What triggered him? What? Did he talk to his mother that day? Did he talk to his siblings? Did he talk to his friends? Was there anybody that could have reached out to this guy before that happened? That I don't know. So Francis continued to write. He said, while I sympathize with his family for his death, my daughter is not responsible for him taking his own, life. And I thank God he did not, and he did not degenerate to where, he, takes the life of his own daughter. That's Francis' daughter and the grandchildren. You get it? So Francis is now talking about his grandchildren, talking about his child, which is the ex-wife of this man. So the thing is, does he want it? That's the question. Does he really want it? He doesn't want it. Nobody is worth dying for. I said that 2 days ago in my live stream, and I'm saying it again. Nobody. My husband just imagine my husband. I say I can't die for him. Or Oga, I know they die for you. Guys, my husband is screaming that I said I can't die for. I love you. I care about you. But no, I'm not Christ. Christ has died for everybody that we all have to live. Daddy, better stop. Your scream is coming into my video, please. Yeah, that's the truth. My husband is surprised hearing me that I can't die for him. No, I can't.
Oh, please, don't put me here.
I can't. Nobody can die for anybody. Nobody wants dying for another person. Thank you. Now you know. He said, how can somebody die for somebody else? How can somebody? So nobody, I said it 2 days ago in my last room, nobody wants dying for. Nobody.
Not even Orioli.
You see, my husband said, not even me, that he can't die for me. And that's the fact. Nobody. So don't, because of the situation you find, you find yourself, you now want to start contemplating of doing that. No. The thing is that the mental health of this guy must have been completely messed up. For him, a cardiologist, a specialist, you understand, that is earning so much money. But that 15,000 he was going to give his family became a problem. Became a problem. Honestly. Treasure, thank you for joining me. Thank you. So the Francis is saying that in as much as I sympathize with the family of this guy, but nobody should, call the daughter that the daughter caused it. You don't know what caused their problem. So don't come and start laying blames on anybody. May his soul rest in peace. Everybody is loser here. Is not, it's all traumatizing for all, including me. You see, everybody here, and let me break it down when he said that they are all losers. Because the daughter is traumatized. The children that were held with GUN for 3 hours, that's the last thing they will remember about their father. So for the rest of their growth, they will be seeing their father trying to take their, deal with them in that way. That's the last picture the children will have about their father. So imagine growing up with those memories. I just pray they are so little that they will not have any recollection of what happened. I pray for the kids to be really little, because if they're up to 6, they will remember. And then if they grow up tomorrow to start asking their mother what really happened, their mother will say, it didn't work out for your daddy and I, and your daddy took this one and did that to us, and women were very quick to tell the stories. You understand? So that we can look perfect. So that's how the children are going to see their father. And for the family, including this Mr. Francis that is saying everybody's at loss here, of course, he's affecting Mr. Francis as well. He's the father-in-law to this guy and grandparents to the children. He will tell the story to the grandchildren. The siblings of this guy, they are everybody. Everybody's affected. Everybody. 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 And according to what Francis is saying, that the guy has gone to his daughter's house on that fateful day and held her and the children and the nanny at due endpoint for 3 hours. So they've actually started living, separately. Maybe the court granted the lady the house, which is what they usually do in America. They will give the house to the woman most times and ask the man to leave, to exit the house. And maybe he came back to the house. This is my house I bought with my money. This is da 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 da. You can't have it. You can't do this. You can't have my money. Oh, come on, slow down. Money is a good thing. It's meant to solve problem. Don't hold so deeply attached to it. That's where the issue of the love of money comes. Okay. Hi, Treasure G's. Thank you for joining. It is only mothers that can die. Treasure. This statement is in the past. Is in the past right now. Mothers can do that for their children. Yes, so that's the saying. But when it comes to the real action, they will tell you, Oga, find your level. It was a very pathetic story, such a waste of resourceful young man in his prime of career, just for 4 years marriage. Yeah, 4 years marriage, and it ended. It ended. It couldn't. If you look at it, I will tell you, it shouldn't have ended this way. It shouldn't have ended this way. This guy should have looked at it way beyond money and think about the children. He could have thought about so many things. Okay, fine. The reason I'm paying $15,000 is because I'm a cardiologist. I make so much money. What if I decide to take another job? Even if you want to frustrate the life of the woman, like the example I gave of a man that was earning big, high profile professional. He went and started doing a 17-hour pay. From his almighty $80 to $100 an hour, he started earning 17-hour pay. So that the child support you'll be paying for his children will be very minimal. If you do that, you're affecting your own quality of life. If you used to eat broccoli and salmon, you will stop eating broccoli and salmon because that money cannot afford it. You now start eating McDonald's. And at the end of the day, you're putting more chemicals in your body. So let's think about it. Don't look at it that way. Divorce can be very messy. But think about your own happiness. It has ended with Lady A. You might still find love with somebody else that will love you for who you are, that will cherish you, that will worship you, that will adore you. And our Nigerian men, the attitude of Niger, it doesn't really leave most of them very quickly. They carry the whole thing, how Nigerian men should behave in Nigeria. They carry it overseas and expect their wives to be behaving like the Nigerian women in Nigeria. It's not possible. Your wife will have a voice. She will have a career. She wants to pursue her career. She wants to be heard. No, want to be heard. So it's not what happened in Nigeria that you should import to be your standard of dealing with life in overseas. Like I said, if you come to a country, study the country, find out about the culture, get to know how to survive in this new country. Survivor is not all about making money. How about when trouble comes? How do they even survive here? Read, educate yourself. Money is indeed the root of all evil. It's because of money that this guy ended it. It's because of money. Yeah, a treasure said, no, he shouldn't have ended it, but he put the money first. Exactly. Money first. It's because of money. That's why this guy, he has calculated that $15,000 a month for two children. Why would the court award this? He calculated it. And this thing, I don't know, these things are not set on stone, because it's when you're making the money that you pay. From the story we heard that he lost his license, that means he cannot practice as a cardiologist until he goes through board education, then write exam before they will certify him to continue the practice. So if he lost the money, it's a matter of going back to the court, say, I don't have job. I am jobless right now. I can't even afford to pay $5,000. But maybe there are other investments that this guy is into that continues to generate money. We don't know all of those things. But I tell you, money is good, but don't hold on so deeply to it. Don't. Look at this young man, 36-year-old, in his prime. He has a lot of years to practice medicine, a lot of years to, save lives, contribute to his community, better his own lot and that of his family. And for those that don't know, in Nigeria, we don't have student loan. So your family will pay your tuition from year one until you become a doctor. No loan. So their father, their mother must have worked so hard to raise this guy. So there was nothing to reflect on. Hey, why do I have to end it? How about my mother? So please, this live stream is like an advocacy kind of live stream, telling you that is hearing my voice out there. Divorce must not end this way. If marriage is not working anymore, walk away to be alive to raise your children. Walk away to be alive to flex on life. Walk away to have stories to tell, to write a book so that others can be able to read from your own book, from your story, and better their lives. Don't think because he's not working, that's the end of you. Never will it be. That should not be your lot. Neither will it be my own lot. If it's not working, you can walk away. It mustn't end in this way. There are people that are divorced and they find out they end up being at least mutual friends, if I'll put it that way. They end up being friends. When Paul of P Square, when his own divorce came, the wife was asking for $20,000. Everybody went bonkers. Why should he not pay it? After all, he's a big time musician. Paul will say he's not paying that. People came under the freeze, dragging the story left, right, center. That the freeze said, if you want 15,000, why not do it? If you want that high life, it was all over the news. $20,000. People say yes, that Paul should pay it after he's a big time musician. You don't know how expensive divorce could be until that person has some coins in the bank. For those who do not have money, you will still pay. And if you think you're going to evade that payment, they will leave you. But the moment they catch your license or catch you, you'll be in trouble. You're going to do the back pay. What shocked me, one of the culture shock I had, when I moved to America, was a co-worker of mine, my previous employment, was she got married. No, he wasn't even married. Yeah, they weren't married. She had a child for her boyfriend many years ago, over 27 years ago. And at some point, the guy was, giving child support to pay, and he eventually ran away and stopped paying child support. So suddenly, she got a call from this guy that they haven't spoken for many years. And the guy was angry with her on the phone that she's taking money from his pay. The lady did not understand what the guy was talking about. Taking money. I haven't heard from you in 20 years. I'm taking money from your pay. What are you talking about? So he said, yes, that they said the money is going to you. You're taking money from my pay. And she eventually called to find out where the money was coming. It was coming from child support and payment thing. So when she now inquired, they said yes, that this guy stopped paying child support 26 years ago. So he's going to do the back pay. The lady was like, really? So she was just smiling. She can't stop it. The only thing that can stop it if the guy stopped being employed. The moment you get a job, the American government will find you. All right, let's see. Although you have the mind, is very tricky. It must have told him that he's a loser, that there is no reason to live. Yeah, one of the things that happened here, I'm trying to play it, the reality of things. Somebody should not tell me I watch a lot of dramas. CM, the guy has calculated spending 20 to 25 years in prison for his action, for his act. Then why should a doctor go to prison and do that? After working so hard, there is no point going to prison. Now, will I even survive in the prison? I wasn't made for the prison. I have never committed any offense. I've never been to to prison apart from this. So he has calculated all options because he cannot get away with that thing he did. The police, they're going to charge him to court and then sentence him to prison. And he's still going to lose all his money. Let's assume he bought the property on his name before they married. He's going to lose everything because all those things will be going to the welfare of the children. You get it? So he has calculated everything. There is no point at this point. I've lost it all at this point. And that is the devil ministering to the person. I was chatting with someone 2 weeks ago. The person said there was a point in her life she felt like ending it. That the only thing that kept her was that will destroy my mother. So when we got over talking, you might be seeing your problem today. It could be a divorce battle. You think you're the only one going through it. A lot of people are going through divorce battles. You might think it's loss of employment. You're the only one going through it. A lot of people are unemployed. You might think it's health. You're not the only one that is going through health, no matter the health condition. One of my best non-profit hospital is St. Jude's that treats children of cancer free of charge. That's one of my best charity organizations, St. Jude's. So when you think about anything, think about that new child that was just born 3 weeks ago and has been diagnosed of having cancer. What crime did that child commit? What offense, what sin did the child commit? Even if the parents were living, the mother, the father, let's say the mother when she was pregnant was living a reckless lifestyle, the child is innocent, right? God should have taken that away before bringing the child to the world. So don't think your case is the worst for on earth. No. Never you consider ending it all as an option out of your hard or tough life situation. Things happen. But how you manage your crisis is what determines how you survive the thing. If you're gonna cry, cry. Let it out. Crying is good. It helps you relieve the pain at the time. Then by the time you're done, start thinking of possible ways to survive. Who should I reach out to? Go online, go to your state department, your county department, which is local government. You'll find resource materials on the website. If you're an unemployed person, look for your resource material for your employer. The numbers are there. There are hotlines there for you to call. There's always somebody to reach out. And if you're in Africa where they don't have all of those things on, or you don't have access to the internet, reach out to your family member. In Africa, we gather together as family and we solve problems. In Africa, we carry each other's burden. Because if it's happening to one member of the family, it's happening to the rest members of the family. Talk to someone. Don't go in isolation. Don't lock yourself in the room and think you have the almighty hand to figure your problem out. Share the problem with someone. If you're a Christian, talk to your pastor. If you're a Muslim, talk to your imam. Talk to somebody. Because some people say, I don't have family member. Do you go to church? Do you go to mosques? Talk to someone. There is always somebody to talk to. Don't live in isolation when you're going through overwhelming situations. Don't let that circumstance suck you in. Rather, try to figure out how to come out of it. Figure out. Treasure said, please, what did he do to go to prison? Because I don't know. No, the thing is, if the police come and arrest him, they will, of course, they will jail him after trying him in court. He will go to prison for what he did. For holding those people with GUN for 3 hours. Remember, they said he came to the woman's house. Maybe the woman has obtained what is it called again? Restraining order. If the woman obtained restraining order from the court and the court say you're not supposed to visit that home and you defy the court orders, you got into the house and then you use the GUN to put, hold them there for that length of time, the kind of trauma that would have caused to the woman in question, the children, those are the things the court are going to review. And there are consequences for every action. If the court said restraining order 300 years and then you now come, there is a penalty you have to pay. It's not the one that you go carry the case to police in Nigeria. You just because you have money, sort one or two police or guards, they will tell you, okay, madam, please forgive your husband and let's move on, let's move on, let's move on. It's not like that. And even in Nigeria, there was a case that happened years ago where a politician's daughter, a prominent politician in Nigeria, the daughter was very angry about the husband, suspecting the man of cheating and what have you. Somebody came in with the husband, tried to broker peace and then tried to settle them. The friend of the husband that walked home, with the man say, Oga, bro, I don't think you should sleep here this night. I still don't trust this woman. Even after she said it's okay, let's bygone be bygone. The moment the friend left, on getting to his own house, it was already about will I say 12 past 12 a.m. midnight. The moment he got into his driveway, he hasn't even opened his own key. A cousin called him that the friend is no more, that the wife ended the friend. This man was there as a witness for more than 5 hours. They were pleading with this woman to calm down. So the case has been in court in Nigeria for years. And this year, she was sentenced to buy. That was her penalty. So even in Nigeria, there are situations that will warrant, of course, especially when it is charged to court. You have to pay for every consequence. There is anyway. That girl is now sentenced to be paid. Okay? That's how she's going to end it. They were crying, no amount of tears can save you. Even with the political will, the mighty political will, this woman and the daughter and the family, the PDP, was a PDP chieftain, it could not save the day because the husband also came from a prominent family. So it's not the one you have settled the poor family of the groom. The settlement was the judgment of the court. It happened in Nigeria. So I'm here today talking about this because it is one too many. It happens all the time in America, especially with our Nigerian Americans here. This case is a little different because the husband did not bring the wife to the US. They met here, they married here, and all of them start having. And then some people are coming up with a lot of stories that the guy called off the marriage. That we cannot verify right now. Okay, so if the guy called off the marriage after noticing one or two things about the wife, called off the marriage. That marriage invitation I saw was 2020, and this is 2025. So When did the divorce proceedings start? It started last year, last 2 years. We don't know. We're only working with the facts of what we know. And if this story continues to develop, we are going to come back to discuss further on it. So I'm here this morning advocating, or this afternoon is already known, advocating that please do not consider ending it all as an option to life tough situations. Life itself can be very overwhelming, but don't let it drown you. Always ask yourself, what is the reason of being alive? Why did God create me? We all have reasons for being walking on this earth. There is a reason God created you. Maybe a father or a mother somewhere ask God to bless them with a child. Have you thought about it, that you're a blessing? And God blessed them with you. And as life continues, you grew up, you became, somebody, and then you have one or two obstacles of life. Does that mean you're no longer a blessing to somebody? You might not be blessings to those you recently met, but you're still a blessing to that your mother and your father. The day you were born, there was rejoicing all over the village. There was rejoicing in your family. They danced, they thanked the Lord for the gift of you. If life is throwing, lemons right, left, and center at you, always remember you're somebody's blessing. You're somebody's gift. You're somebody's joy. No matter, my husband said, I don't they preach Bible to church. So, guys, no matter what life situation is, no matter what life situation, if your mental capacity is still okay, that you still have roof over your head, you have food on the table, give thanks and don't give up. If you're a Christian, find your Bible and read. If you don't know the portion of the Bible to read, go to Google. If you can't type, ask Google, what is maybe you're lacking strength or you're losing faith or trust. Ask Google anything about faith, anything about trust, hope, about living, and it's going to give you the chapters you will read and you'll be lifted. And if you are a Muslim, do the same as well. Look for your Quran. If you are an atheist, there is a way you guys also connect with your chi. Connect that way. If it's, my husband said the sacrifice. If you're a traditionalist, go perform what is it called again? What do they do again when they're performing sacrifice? I don't know. If it's chi that you believe in, and your chi needs, go out to that your chi and ask your chi to help you. Don't end it all. Don't. You are still somebody's blessing. Honestly. Hey, rituals, go do it. Chipado Space, thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much. Okay, I get it now. Probably he was thinking of buying the keys before resolve. Exactly, treasure. For him to have come into that home and then gathered all of them together, holding them at, he would have been thinking, I might as well end all of us. A lot of people have done that in America, ending it all. So please, I am asking you, guys, thumb up the video. Oh my goodness, I didn't even remember. Thumb up the video for me now. That's how you can support Oyoyo's media, okay? Turn up the video, thumb it up, like the video, like, share, and also contribute. I want to read your comments. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you're thinking. Okay? Like the video, share. We are talking about our fellow brother. We are talking about Nwa for Igbo. We are talking about our fellow brother, a professional in America, a cardiologist that ended it all because of marriage situation, because of marriage gone wrong. Marriage gone wrong. Marriage gone wrong. My husband said one for is not weak. That is not one for. Please, my people, I'm just here pleading, advocating. There are so many ways to solve a problem. If you know a situation you're going through is affecting your mental health, reach out to your community. If you live in America, there are hotlines. It could be from your employer, it could be from your county, from your state website. Find a hotline, talk to somebody. And also, they have national suicide hotline. This one is even national. Always 24/7, the hotline is on. Somebody that will be on the phone with you to talk you out of whatever you're going through. Please, please. Hi, Evelyn. How are you doing? Thank you for joining today. Don't forget to like this live stream for me. Ending it all is not the best. You're leaving your family in internal condemnation. They're going to condemn themselves until their time is up. Your mother is going to weep every day because it wasn't a motor accident that killed the child. It wasn't sick, that the child was sick and died in the hospital. It was that the child raised GUN and then pointed at himself, and that was it. This woman will forever cry in pain. What could I have done differently? Maybe I should have spoken to him that morning. Maybe I should have called. Maybe I should have asked him to go ahead with the 15,000. So please, if you ever loved somebody, maybe you don't love your siblings enough to live for their sake, but you have love for your parents, do it. If it's because of your child, find a reason to live. Find a reason to be alive. Think about those, your beautiful children. Think about, hold on to something. And if you don't have children, if you don't have parents anymore, siblings, reach unto God. He's a present help in times of danger. Call on God, he will show face. He will answer. This doctor is gone. I don't want to come back here in the future to talk about another Nigerian American gone. I talked about this in 2022, 2023, 2024, now 2025. Please, it's one too many. Marriage is not by force. If it's not walking away, we're not walking, walk away from it and walk away being alive. Walk away with your head together. If you need help, if you guys remember, those that followed my story with Korobidi's story, I always ask people to go seek for help. Go for therapy. Go for therapy. If the divorce is becoming a thorn on your flesh, go for therapy. Seek for professional opinion. Those that will sit you down and give you reasons that you should leave, reasons to be alive, reasons not to end it all because marriage did not work with one person. There is this popular person in America that married up to 8 times, Elizabeth Taylor. If he's not working, she will remarry. If he's not working, she will remarry. Live your life.
Jello.
And Jennifer Lopez is another one. She has married how many times now? Is it 5 times?
She's going for the 69.
She might be finding love very soon. So look at those people. Marriage is, if it's not working for you and your spouse, you and your partner, walk away. And walk away giving yourself some benefit of a doubt that you still want it. Don't think you're useless. You don't want anything anymore because he failed with marriage. Marriage what? Eh? Marriage. Eh? Think about it. Honestly. Okay, look at Jeff Bezos. After how many years together? They divorced. Microsoft, Bill Gates. After many years, they divorced. I read of an interview of Bill Gates saying that one of the mistakes he made in life was divorcing the divorce. Divorcing his wife was one of his worst mistakes. Maybe tomorrow in their old age, they are going to. His worst mistake was divorcing his wife. Maybe they will get back together for the sake of children and grandchildren. But at least they are happy. They are living their lives independently, separately from each other. Nobody is at each other's throat. Daddy, are you for real? You guys don't want to hear what my husband said. Say our people are wicked. Our people they wicked. But I should not forget the fact. Our people they wicked. That's what my husband just said. What he's trying to imply here is, yeah, some people will say, if I can't have you, nobody else can. You know that kind of mentality. I will deal with you. Let me take you guys a little back. Mercy Chinwo is fighting with her manager because of money. She came out to tell us that the manager said, I will deal with you. I brought you. I made you. For that reason, I can destroy you. That's African mentality. If I can't have you, nobody else can. But the thing is, think about your parents before you think ending it is the best option. It's never. It's never. It's never. Omololat, hi, thank you for joining me today. I'm doing okay. Happy new month to you as well. Thank you for coming. Guys, as you come in, please like this live stream. If you come across this video, give me your comments in the comment section. I want to know what you think. In your little way, advocate for a peaceful dissolution of marriage. In your little way, a peaceful dissolution of marriage. It shouldn't have ended this way for this doctor. He was doing well, a cardiologist. That means he's a specialist. And marriage, romance gone wrong, marriage gone wrong. That's not the reason why you should end it all. If you're making $500,000 a year and they are taking 180,000 of it for your children, Oga is not too much. It's not too much. Why am I saying that? If your kids are in private institution, tuition might be $5,000. Do the math now. Why should somebody end his life one? Why? Don't go listening to people's third parties. When they were joining you and this person together, they say no person should do asunder. How is this said again? No person should do asunder. No third party should do asunder, right, to the marriage. So don't be listening to the people. Don't do it. Stop doing the calculation. My hard-earned money. Why should that woman think about? I'm giving this money for my kids. Think about it.
Don't forget you had a friend that just left Africa. Decided to do menial job for 20 years.
Yeah, I've talked about it. My husband just reminded me of somebody we know, the high-profile professional that worked minimal job of $17 an hour for donkey years because of child support. So how was his quality of life? Is a story for another day. So please, if marriage is not working, if you think this marriage, okay, because you've acquired all the wealth of this world and anybody coming into your life, you don't think the person is coming genuinely, go get a lawyer, get a prenup. If the person is willing to go the whole 9 yard with you, they should sign the prenup. If you don't want to get a prenup, right, then marry somebody. Or rather, if you think it's not going to work for you, why not stay single? At least you don't have a family. At least nobody's taking your money. At least you're going to live your life. Ending it all in this way is never an option. This is a plea from Oyoyo Media. And I'm talking to everyone hearing my voice today, no matter what you're going through. A lot of our kids in middle schools in America, high schools, elementary school, are being bullied today. And most of them are ending it all because of bullies. And we are still fighting on that because they are young. They can't be able to process why people should be this mean to them. And we're advocating that it should end. Talk more of a full-grown man that was doing well, successfully doing well, and you're having roadblocks on the way. I'm not going to pretend that life is easy. Life is tough. Life could be overwhelming. But remember the saying that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. You cannot take yourself out because life is overwhelming. Sometimes it's good to take a break. And in taking that break, you're asking yourself, evaluating your whole process, finding your voice, trying to define situations. Don't let situations define you. It could be very difficult in America. Things are expensive. Life in America is hard. For those of our folks in Nigeria thinking that my backyard is full of snow, and that is American dollar. Life in America is tough. If you don't work, you cannot make money. To make a dollar, you put in your time. So there is no easy way out on this one. You have to be able to do something to earn something. So when life is overwhelming for you, if it means taking a break, if you're an employee somewhere, tell your employer you need a family break. You need a wellness break. You need an ADA break. You need to take care of yourself. When I mean ADA break is American with Disability. You need a break. Your mental space is not coordinating. Take a break. In taking that break, find a therapist, find a specialist, talk to someone. If you're in Africa where you don't have all of those things available, talk to your family members. Stop pretending that all is well when all isn't well. If you're living a fake life, pretending to your family that, yeah, you've made it big, you're the big girl, you're living baby girl life, and that is on borrowed things, you're borrowing wig, you're borrowing lifestyle. Come down from your high horses and be real for once. Get to meet your mother. Say, Mama, all these things I've been trying to stomach everything. Things they tough for me. Oh. Mama, things are really tough. And I just came to stay with you for few days. Let me get myself back. Don't let anybody pressure you. Not even the cyber people, the trolls on social media. Don't let them pressure you. Not even your friends, your colleagues, your classmates, your co-workers. Don't let anybody pressure you. And watch the kind of voices you hear. Who do you take counsel from? Who do you listen to? Those that be telling this young man a few days ago that how could the court charge 15,000? You're not gonna pay that. We are going to appeal. Or what? If anybody has said that to this guy right now, I guess that person will be hiding his face or her face in shame. Because this guy would have been paying this 15,000 and still be alive, get back on his feet, get his license back, practice his medicine, save his life, contribute to his community, contribute to the country at large, and still better the lives of his family back in Nigeria. But all of that dashed. You think it's just this guy that is gone. What if in his line of he has beneficials, people that are benefiting from him? He has people in scholarship in Nigeria, people he's giving, the widows he's helping. What if there are things like that? So all of those channels shut down because of what? Mental situation. I call that thing suicide as a mental case, mental breakdown. Talk to someone when those lying spirits are ministering to your head. Don't handle it alone. Look for your employer's assistant hotline. Look for the state assistant hotline. Look for your county assistant hotline. Call members of your community. In America, we have communities. We have Igbo community, Yoruba community, Edo community, Rivers community, the South, the Northern communities. We have communities. So always reach out to someone. Don't handle it alone. Don't. No man is an island. Don't make yourself one. Don't. So I want to thank all of you for joining me this beautiful Sunday afternoon. As you come into the live stream, like this live stream, contribute your comments in the comment section. I want to read. I want to know what you think. This is Oyoyo advocating that ending it all is not the best option when life is overwhelming, when life situation is unbearable. Do not end it all. Still find a string of hope somewhere. There must be something that should make you smile, something that should keep you alive. Hold on to that, measure on that, utilize every resources available to you to get better. Seek for counsel, seek for help when that help is still available. don't I don't want to come back here again and talk about another Nigerian American. I'm talking about this because in our communities, we all must have heard, known someone that ended it in this way or the other. And all of these things are coming related to marriage in America. What is the cost of divorce in America? I will tell you the cost of divorce in America is extremely high, especially for our Nigerian folks. And the cost of marriage in America. We'll be developing the story. If anything comes up, be rest assured I will come here to share that. I want to thank all of you that joined in the comment section. Lola said the present situation can cause problem in the family. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Let me see if I miss other comments, okay? So we can read together and then all right. That's African mentality from Chikwado. Mostly some men behave crazy. Aye, that's true. We should try and understand each other and cut our cost according to our cost, quote according to our size. Exactly. Lola also said that marriage is not a do or buy affair. Biko, tell them, oh, tell them. So why forcing yourself on what is not good for you? Exactly. 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 Speak out. Don't buy in silence. Especially don't buy in silence. Speak out, speak to someone. If you're a Muslim, speak to a man. In your a monk, speak to your pastor, speak to a counselor, speak to a therapist, find somebody, speak to your family members. There must be somebody you're close to. Talk to someone, get professional help, get help. Remember that the day you were born, you were a blessing to somebody. The day God brought you to this earth, somebody rejoiced. Family members jubilated. People shared powder. They rubbed powder on their faces and neck just because you were born. Don't think you're not worth anything anymore because of life situation. Don't. You are worthy if you can believe that. No matter what you're going through today, it's not even close to what other people have gone through. You might have gotten into so many businesses and they failed. You felt like giving up. Look again. Ask yourself again. Those that discovered electricity, how many times did they try? How many times? There's a big YouTuber today that everybody is talking about celebrating, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast up and down. How many years did he try to break even on YouTube? 13 years. He didn't give up. He didn't give up. So don't give up. Don't give up when life is overwhelming. Cheer yourself up. So with that, I've come to the end of today's live stream. If you like what I do here, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, join my YouTube membership by, chipping in one or two on how to support Oyoyo. And if you like what I do on Facebook, share this video, like this video, and also leave me comment in the comment section. Let's get busy by asking ourselves questions. Does it really worth it to end it? What is the cost of divorce in America? The cost of divorce is very expensive and also expensive in most other countries of the world. So don't think because is expensive, you want your life. It does not want your life at all. You're precious, you're beautiful, you're somebody's blessing, somebody's joy, somebody's smile, somebody's happiness. Think about it and think of yourself in that way. And that might give you courage to live again rather than ending it all. Until I see you guys in my next one, thank you guys immensely for joining me today. If time permits, I might come back again much later this evening to have another conversation. Until then, stay well and then stay warm. And please do me well by loving yourself. If nobody in this world has told you today that you're beautiful, you're worthy, Oyoyo is telling you today you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're somebody's joy, you're somebody's laughter, somebody's happiness, somebody's smile. And look on a brighter side. There is always sunshine after the dawn. Until I see you guys on my next one. Stay blessed, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.